Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Linda. How are you? How do we reach you for a personal reading? That is such a good question, Linda. Thank you for asking. You just visit my website, psychicsun.com. I'm going to put the link in the description once I upload this. But thank you for asking. Yeah, we do psychic readings, astrology readings. I call it psychic astrology readings. So we use your tarot cards, and then we run your astrological chart and show you how you can make the most of your life. So good morning, Linda. Good morning, everyone. It is Friday. Happy Friday. It's a Leo moon, which I'm super excited about. Good morning, Jamie. I'm very excited about it's a Leo moon because I got to be honest, I'm not too keen on the moon in Cancer as it has been for the past few days. It's just been a little bit emotional, wild mood swings, and now that the moon's in Leo, it's more fiery and fun, and we have some really cool aspects this weekend, especially Sunday with Mercury trining Jupiter. So it's a great day to really expand your mind, go out on a limb, and of course, have fun. So yeah, there's a few things going on that I wanted to discuss. I wanted to make a joke about the song "Wake Me Up When September Ends" because it is October. And this is a reference to the 2004 Green Day song "Wake Me Up When September Ends," but I found out that that's not appropriate. It's not appropriate at all. Billy, wake up when September. Billy, wake up when September ended. Am I supposed to laugh? A lot of people are very upset about this being a joke because every time September ends, they make this joke. They make this joke about him needing to wake up because September is ended. The Skunk Princess on Twitter says, reminder that Wake Me Up When September Ends is a song about the death of Green Day lead singer Billy Armstrong's father. And what else is there? Yeah. And somebody else, this is CEO of Han, what have you. The day that people realize that the Wake Up Green Day joke is not funny because Wake Me Up When September Ends is about Billy Joe Armstrong's trauma surrounding his father's death is the day I will know peace. So I can't make that joke anymore. My feeling is really that it's a wonderful song, and I don't think that Billy Joe would mind it coming up every September or every time September ends. My guess is too that I think a lot of what artists do is they exploit themselves emotionally, and it's very cathartic for them, and it's wonderful for us because we can relate. But I don't think Billy Joe would mind. He's an Aquarius. Aquarians really don't care about much, actually. They don't care about much at all. So yeah, I think that's interesting. Good morning. It's my pleasure. I appreciate you guys hanging in with me with the technical difficulties this week. I really love these live streams. Just a heads up that there won't be an actual video of Organize Your Ass Astrology this week. But what I am planning on doing is coming on every day next week, even if it's for 5 minutes. And if I can't make it on, I'll give you a post about the aspects, definitely. Other news today that I think is interesting is so Joe Rogan is trending yet again. This time with this guy Cenk Uygur, who says that he could beat up Joe Rogan in a fight because I guess Cenk, this young Turks dude, I guess he's upset at Joe for his vaccination dialogue, what have you. So yeah, somebody challenges him and he says, somebody says, I'll make $1,000 donation to your trash network or your charity of choice to see you call Joe Rogan, who is not only the most successful podcast in history, but also a black belt in mixed martial arts, a loser to his face. So yeah, Cenk said, deal, easiest $1,000 I ever made. You think he's going to assault me? Sure, whatever. That's incredibly dumb, but also wouldn't work. I'm much larger than Joe and have fought my whole life. I'd end him fighting words. But grown-ups don't do that. Oh, nice backpedaling there. I'll send you the PO box to send the check later. But he didn't fight him, so I don't know why. But essentially, and I do this with actual fights. Like, I do love watching fights, but what I love most about watching fights, I'll make it larger for you. Okay, I promise I will. So what I love about watching fights is that you actually, what I do anyway, is I, of course, run the astrological charts of the fighters, and then I look at them like just to see what they look like side by side, like who would win in a fight between these two fighters. But then you can look at the aspects that day and be like, oh, okay, well, this moon's hitting its Mars. That's not really good. And it's very, very fun when I get it. Based upon the astrology alone. But what I didn't realize when I started doing this with fights is that it's not really clear. So, for instance, this one fight I watched, I forget who it was, but the guy poked his eye out, which, so he was disqualified or it was a draw or something like that. So it was hard to, in actual fights that go on in the ring, it's hard to determine who's going to win because there's all this like technicalities. Like on the street, the fighter that I said would win, and he would win because you're not going to get disqualified in the street for poking somebody's eye out. Yeah, so I wanted to look anyway at their astrology and give you an idea of who actually might win. So when we look at Joe's chart, we have Joe is a Leo, but not just is he a Leo. He has his Leo sun conjuncting Jupiter. So Jupiter expands anything that it touches. So the Jupiter is expanding his Leo sun, which is a big deal. That makes you a big Leo. Meanwhile, it does look, although we don't have the time of birth for Joe, that he has a Scorpio moon. He definitely has Mars in Scorpio, which makes him quite a good fighter, I would think. And also that Mars and Scorpio is making a harmonious sextile between it and Venus. So Mars and Venus are working harmoniously together. And then when we look at Cenk's chart, Cenk is an Aries, and I think that's really cool because it's always fun to be like, oh, who's going to win in a fight, Aries or Leo? Aries or Leo? Typically, I would say, honestly, Aries, because Aries is fire. They're more like primal. But every chart is different, right? You have to look at the whole thing here. So he is an Aries, Cenk, right? But his sun is within only 5 degrees of Chiron. Now, Chiron is the wounded healer. It's a sense of woundedness. So that Aries sun is a little bit fractured. So it's not as strong as an Aries sun unafflicted. So that's interesting. Meanwhile, it does look like Cenk has a Virgo moon versus Scorpio moon. So think of it that way. Like the moon is the primal aspect of our personalities. Like it's our instinctual reactions, right? So the instinctual reaction of Scorpio is survival mode, and the instinctual reaction of Virgo is to create order out of chaos, let's say. So with that, no contest with those two things that are going on. There's no real contest. I think that if Cenk's sun in Aries wasn't afflicted by Chiron, and if he had a stronger moon, I would probably have said Cenk. But yeah, hands down, I would say Joe Rogan. And this isn't taking into consideration their height or their weight. So yeah. So it's a pronounced jank. Oh, I am it's terrible. Thank you so much. It's jank. Okay. That is really good to know. So that's really, well, almost it. There's another thing I wanted to mention about today. It's Julie Andrews' birthday. Isn't that cool? The sun is in Libra when it's Julie Andrews' birthday. Yeah, let me see here. So what questions do you have before I fly? Oh, okay. Yeah. answered that, psychicsun.com, and I'll put that in the description. Reversed cards. So I don't read reverse cards. Jamie asks, if you have time, can you explain reverse tarot cards? So I don't read reverse cards. I don't. I think life is negative enough. But what I do read is negatively or positively defined cards. So for instance, if you get the Tower card on its own, you're like, oh shoot, the Tower, my whole life is going to change. But if it's, followed by Nine of Cups, the happiness card, or the Star card, you can actually interpret it and be like, okay, it's going to be a Tower event. Your life is going to be turned upside down, but it's going to all be really, really great. This is the healing that you need. So I don't read reverse cards. Some people do. Whatever works. Let's see what other questions you have. Oh, let me see here. This is a nice comment about Joe. I like how Joe's brain works. Great interviews. I don't always agree with him, but I value his opinion. Yeah, he definitely is very, very good at expressing his opinion. There's actually a podcast with him and, Cenk. I got to remember how to pronounce his name again. I know it just was there. What was the pronunciation? Cenk, yeah. So there's actually a podcast in which Joe is interviewing Cenk. So I don't know why this fighting has to happen. It's terrible on Venus's day. Nonetheless. Yeah. So what kind of weekend are we going to have? This is such a good question. Is it good for family gathering? Working in the yard with the hubs? I think absolutely you want to work in the any weekend. It's great to work in the yard with your hubs. Awesome quality time. Well, today we have a little bit of Mercury with Pluto. It's a little bit intense, but it's in Aries. Where is the moon? The moon is in Leo, so it's a fun day. Venus is day to day. Tomorrow, not really much of a big deal tomorrow. Moon will be in Leo, but Sunday is really the highlight of the weekend with Mercury's, it's a trine to, Mercury's trine to Jupiter. So this is going to make things a lot easier in terms of just expanding your consciousness, thinking up really good ideas. It's just a very, very happy-go-lucky transit on Sunday. So you want to really enjoy Sunday. And I think we have a Virgo moon. Let's see. Virgo moon is when on Sunday? Let's just see here. So yeah, the moon will be in Leo until the 3rd at 1:37 a.m. my time. So that's for most of you 4:37 a.m. EDT. So essentially the 3rd is when? The 3rd is Sunday. So we'll wake up Sunday with the moon in Virgo. But that is essentially it's sort of lessened the Virgo moon in a lot of respects because we have Mercury and Jupiter together, which is a lot more fun and enthusiastic. Leo moon today and tomorrow. It's all about expressing yourself, having fun, doing whatever it is that you can to enjoy yourself, enjoy your life. Leo is about showmanship. It's about having a good time. It's about showing up. It's about enjoying yourself. When is a good time to attempt patching things up with mom? I'm sorry to hear that, right as rain. I think any time is a good time. I think that the big thing is, especially even with Mercury retrograde, you can redo things so you can, reestablish your relationship on new terms. I think that when it comes to making up with people, it's so important. I think the most important thing really is to forgive. As soon as you forgive, it's like this big weight gets released from you, and you have a lot more power and energy at your disposal. So I think the first step would be, just making sure that you're forgiving. And then the second thing that's important, I think, is about just being concerned with the energy you're flowing, like what you're bringing to the table. Like if you're bringing lots of love and care and energy, like that's all you can really do. And if the other person gives you that back, great. But you can't base your reactions on other people. So yeah. Good morning, Grandma. It's so interesting saying grandma because my grandma's not here. Although I got to say, I have a stronger relationship with my grandmother now than I did when she was alive. Isn't that funny? Yeah, we're gonna send you healing powers. Send healing powers to rain. I would say Leo moon is probably not the best time to mend relationships, to be honest. Right as rain, I would probably go for the Libra moon because that is a really good time to mend relationships. Let's see. So we have a Libra moon, October 5th. Tuesday next week. I wouldn't do it on the 5th because fives are usually struggles. Fives have to do with change and conflict with change, but maybe on the 6th or the 7th. Because we have a new moon in Libra, which I'll talk all about next week, on the 6th of October. Let me just make sure of that. Yep, the 6th of October, new moon in Libra, which will be awesome. What else is there? Oh, yeah, so we're still on this waning moon cycle with the full moon in Pisces a few weeks back. So it's all about letting go and making space because you're going to have your new moon on on Wednesday, next Wednesday. So that's about it from me here today. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. As I said, no Organize Your Ass Astrology this week. No show this week. But like I said, I'm going to try to come on every single day, even if it's just a post that I type up, put into YouTube to get you started for your day so you know what is up. That's about it from here. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. And be sure to spread the love because it's Venus's day, okay? I'll talk to you all soon. And thank you, everybody in the chat, especially for joining me. Bye-bye.